Good afternoon. I'm Rob McClarty, class coordinator and instructor of police for the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the 271st Basic Training Class. As a reminder for all present, please remember social distancing and all COVID-19 CDC guidelines during this gathering. Members of Class 271 and those present, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the greatest flag to ever fly on land, at sea, in the air, and in outer space. Please stand. Right face. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Center face. Please be seated. During your time at KLETC, you have all walked past the Wall of Honor numerous times. The Wall of Honor is a reminder of the ultimate sacrifice paid by each of the KLETC graduates who are memorialized there. At this time, we'll have a moment of silence to honor those 26 KLETC graduates who have given the ultimate sacrifice. Please join me. Thank you. Members of the 271st, I appreciate you, each and every one of you. All of your efforts while you've been here at KLETC have not gone unnoticed. I hope you understand what an honor, a true honor, it has been for me to be one of your instructors, your class coordinator, and as some of you have classified me, your class dad. Over what was supposed to have been a 14-week journey started in this room. COVID struck and turned your journey into a 17-week expedition. Hopefully, throughout your time here, the other instructors and I have been able to impart and pass on some insight and information from our education, our experiences, and our careers that will benefit each of you and yours. In the beginning of your time here at KLETC, you likely arrived and were in some fashion at least a little bit out of your comfort zone, forced into a unique environment with unknown experiences and challenges lying ahead for each and every one of you. It's my hope that through those experiences and challenges, you've truly come to respect and even appreciate your time here at KLETC. The training and experiences and information you've gained while you were here are truly priceless and will in some form help each one of you be successful in our profession. On behalf of all the KLETC administration, instructional staff, and support staff members, we congratulate you for completing your basic training. It's a KLETC tradition for the class president to deliver a few brief remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, the 271st Basic Training Class President, Officer Catherine Russell from the Andover Police Department.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center's 271st Basic Training Class. I know I can speak on behalf of all of my class members when I say that we're all excited to finally be here. Although our friends, family, chiefs, and sheriffs are unable to be here with us today due to COVID protocols, we all want to thank you for watching this virtually. Life has thrown us a few curveballs, like a fire the morning of our graduation, not too far from here, but we're still here. First, I want to say a collective thank you to our friends and family who have helped us, pushed us, and most importantly, supported us throughout this whole experience. I want every family member and friend out there watching this to know how important you are to us. Second, thank you to the instructors who pushed us to be better, the ones who taught us the valuable lessons we will never forget, and the ones who made us laugh when we needed it the most. Additionally, thank you to our chiefs and sheriffs who saw the potential in us and gave us the opportunity to be here today. The final thank you I want to give is to our class coordinator, Rob McClarty. Rob, thank you for never letting us quit and for constantly hounding us to study, because we all know what those tests are like. You supported us even through our little COVID break, and even when you yelled at us about leaving our dirty underwear on the floor. Truly, we couldn't have asked for a better class dad. If you ask any of the instructors that had the pleasure of teaching our class what we were like, I'm sure you'd get a lot of different responses. Some of the responses probably running along the lines of difficult, entertaining, stubborn, or chaotic, all of which are pretty accurate, to be honest. In my opinion, our class is a force to be reckoned with. We started with 27 people in this class in this very room, and today, in this very room, we're graduating with 29 members. Instead of losing members of this class, we gained 2 from other classes. Our class all qualified on the firing range and the emergency vehicle operators course without having to come back for remedial training or a second chance. Whatever we do in this class, we do it together. Ultimately, no, we won't all be in the same area in the state of Kansas, but no matter where we go, every single one of us knows that we aren't alone. In the tumultuous societal state we will be entering into, we enter into it not as 29 individuals, but 29 brothers and sisters. The bond that we have created through the fire of pepper spray, a can of corn, and the coronavirus will stick with us throughout our lives. We may have given the instructors COVID, but at least now they definitely won't forget us. We didn't have any policy written about us, but we did get the COVID protocols changed because of us. So we will forever be known as the COVID class, and now since the fire this morning, the fire class. Ladies and gentlemen of the 271st, we made it, COVID and all. I'm proud to call you all my friends and brothers and sisters in blue. In this day and age, we need good cops. We need people to stand up for what is right and speak out when something is wrong. Every single person in this class has the ability to make a difference in someone's life. When it comes down to it, I put my faith in my fellow officers on this stage. Because in this family, no one fights alone. Thank you. Now, on behalf of Class 271, I would like to present our legacy project. One of the most fun and rewarding times for our class was the night shoot at the firing range. For those of you who don't know, this is where the class coordinator cooks us dinner and we all hang out for a bit. As a class, we want everyone to have as much fun as we did. We would like to donate 2 cornhole boards, 2 wireless speakers, specialized grilling utensils, and a handmade blue line flag table. Additionally, we raised $500 for the Kansas Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation in honor of the officers who were killed in the line of duty.
Katie, first of all, from all of us here at KLETC, we want to thank you and all the members of 271 for your gracious donation. The cornhole games, the other items, the table will all come to great use out at the range. There's no doubt about it. And the memorial speaks for itself. Lastly, Katie, on behalf of the KLETC administration and staff, I present you with this plaque as an appreciation and recognition of you being the 271st class president. It's my hope that you'll display it proudly. Thank you for all you've done.
Yes, sir.
At KLETC, we also recognize those student officers who have excelled in the academic, physical, firearms, and other professional skill sets during their basic training. We'll start with the award for academics. KLETC recognizes student officers who have excelled in academics by placing them on the Director's Honor Roll. The Honor Roll is a substantial accomplishment. For a student officer to be placed on the Director's Honor Roll, the student must achieve a total average on their written examination of a 94% or higher. As a further honor, the student officer on the director's honor roll with the highest overall academic score is awarded the Larry Welch Award of Academic Excellence. Officer Rachel Grisham from the Salina Police Department has achieved these accomplishments. Rachel, please join me at the podium. Rachel, this award, this plaque, is named after KLETC Director and retired Kansas Bureau of Investigations Director Larry Welch. On behalf of the instructors of the staff, Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center, it's my privilege to announce Officer Rachel Grisham being the recipient of the Larry Welch Award of Academic Excellence. Please join me in recognizing Officer Grisham's outstanding achievement. I'll mention that on all 8 of the examinations, Rachel scored in the 80th percentile and had over a 95 percentile on the final exam. She did an outstanding job. Next, a key component in a peace officer's life is fitness. It helps them deal with the daily stresses, aids them in maintaining a healthier lifestyle, and enables them to better mitigate dangers that they may encounter. The members of the 271st during their time here at KLETC were all active and engaged in fitness. Some of these student officers participated in the 200-mile club. One officer completed those goals. To be recognized for completing the 200-mile club, a student officer must have completed 30 push-ups and 30 sit-ups in a minute and run the 1.5 miles in 18 minutes or less. Additionally, they will have to log 200 miles or more outside of their classroom activities. Officer Antoine Powell from the Leavenworth Police Department, please join me at the podium. Antoine, for your exceptional hard work and the substantial number of miles, in fact, over 215 miles, along with well exceeding the other physical requirements of the 200-mile challenge, achieving 46 push-ups in a minute and 53 sit-ups in a minute, and completing the 1.5 mile run in just over 15 minutes. Officer Powell, you've truly earned the Fitness Award. For your efforts, you'll be recognized by that medal. Thank you. Please join me in congratulating him. You may be seated. Next, this medal recognizes the firearms top shot from the 271st Basic Training Class for their firearms proficiency. I'd like Officer Tristan LaRocque from the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism to please stand and join me at the podium. Tristan, you showed great skill and proficiency during qualification and during the tactical shooting drills. Shooting is truly a perishable skill and requires constant effort to maintain your abilities. You've shown how practice and effort pays off. Well done. This medal recognizes you as the top shot for the 271st Basic Training Class. Please wear it proudly. Please join me in recognizing Officer LaRocque's top shot achievement. You may be seated. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce you to today's commencement speaker, Sheriff Cole Presley from the Graham County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Presley is a strong supporter of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. He's a current commissioner of the Kansas Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training, current president of the Sheriff's Association, a legislative advocate for law enforcement issues, and my good friend. Sheriff Presley began his career for the Ottawa County Jail as a corrections officer in 2000. Soon thereafter, he became an officer for the Hill City Police Department shortly before attending the 166th basic training here at KLETC in 2001. In 2004, Sheriff Presley left the city of Hill City to become the undersheriff for Graham County, and subsequently, in 2007, was appointed sheriff of Graham County. He's since been elected sheriff for 4 additional terms, 2008, 12, 16, and again last month, November of 2020. Sheriff Presley holds a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from Central Christian College of Kansas and is a graduate of the 262nd session of the FBI's National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. Outside of law enforcement, Cole is active in his community, coaching youth sports with church activities and many other extracurricular undertakings. It's my honor to introduce my friend and brother as the 271st Basic Training Graduation Commencement Speaker, Sheriff Cole Presley.
Good afternoon. I want to first say thanks to Rob and to the KLATC staff for the invitation. It's my understanding this is the first outside commencement speaker you've had, and hopefully I don't screw that up for anybody else in the future. So we'll see what occurs. It's also, as I've also begun to learn and understand about this particular class, getting ready to have a conversation this afternoon, and a couple of things that stuck out into my mind. I had several COVID jokes ready to go, talking about the fact that you are the class responsible for just shutting everything down. They don't make medals for that. If they do, we have a problem. But we may change it from calling, just looking at everybody and going, it's 2020 to it's 271, and we'll see what occurs. And then on the way down here, I got to thinking about how long you had actually been here. You heard before that I came here in 2001, and we were here scheduled here nowhere near 14 weeks. We were here for 9. So when you consider that, when I look at how long I was here and how happy I was for graduation day, and then I think to the fact that had I spent as much time as you guys had here in 2001, I'd have had to take the academy 2 times to have completed that. I would be happy for today to come as well. And as proud as I'm sure your instructors are that you've been able to go through, and that today is the day that you would show you've completed everything to get through the day, you brought firefighters to a police house. Surely there's a class on how cops and firefighters get along together in this new curriculum and the jokes that get said, but instead you folks brought them here on the day of your graduation. Strong start, 271, strong start. I want to tell you that your class dad, as you move through, will always be there to support you, and largely you'll probably find him on social media. He'll be encouraging you in what it is you do on a regular basis, including health and fitness. He'll post something every day and end it with, what have you done for your health and wellness today? And so many times I want to send a message back to him that says, look at my picture, Rob. I ate a hamburger. Leave me alone. But he'll be there to lift you up. Some might take the opportunity today to talk about everything that's going on in the world. There's been plenty over the last 8 years that has drastically changed what we do and how we're perceived. They might talk about how the public and the media will cast doubt on what we do, how that scrutiny never lets up, and we'll always find ourselves in a position to defend who we are, what we do, how we do it, and the manner in which we train. Combine those thoughts with the understanding of how dangerous our profession truly is, it leads some to wonder why anyone would actually want to do this job, why they would ever raise their hand and volunteer to take it on. In my mind, though, the opposite reaction is warranted. A wise man who's sitting here today once told me that evil wins when good people do nothing. And I suspect you may have heard him say it before. But it should resonate with you because it's absolutely correct. Now, more than ever, is the time that we need more men and women to stand up, train up, and move to the front of the line and become that barrier between good and evil. Now is that time that we need to demonstrate that in Kansas, we train right, we work right, we hold ourselves accountable for our failings at a higher rate than anywhere else in the nation. That doesn't fall solely on the shoulders of chiefs, sheriffs, directors, superintendents, captains, lieutenants, or sergeants. but every single law enforcement officer, regardless of rank, our jurisdiction, or our assignment. So how do we do that when it feels like the entire system that is public perception is against us? One person at a time. That's how we do it, by building relationships. One person at a time, one call at a time, one traffic stop at a time. We make sure we take that extra effort to make sure that those involved understand why we take action, why we don't take action, and that at the end, we're here for them, even if the outcome is not in their favor. That's more difficult to do sometimes than you might be able to imagine. It's not simply academic. People will reject the effort, especially if they're upset. But when it all gets done, I guarantee their perception over time will change. The challenge is that no matter how difficult, how much we might want to withdraw, and verbally and physically wall off those who are not law enforcement officers, who don't do what we do, who understand who we are, we have to remain open and continue to communicate why we're here. One great key for success is to become involved in your community outside of uniform. It doesn't matter if your agency or jurisdiction is large or small. Your ability to have a lasting positive impact requires off-duty effort. Any city large enough to have a police department has several different civic groups that will provide you an opportunity to contribute to the town in which you live and work outside of work. I'm not talking about making presentations to the Rotary or to the Lions Club. I'm talking about becoming a member and helping with their activities. I guarantee there's at least one group or club in your town that you can relate to and find a place to become successful, allowing these folks to see you as more than a uniform. The easier difficult, complicated situations become. As you move through your career, you'll hit several personally reflective and changing milestones. I'll save you from some of the speeches that I'm sure you've already heard while you were here, except to say those milestones are accurate and you will hit them. And every officer who earnestly and diligently performs their duty experiences them sometimes more than once. Be honest with yourself when they occur. Recognize them and adjust accordingly, getting the help you need when you need it. The quicker you do that, the quicker you are better able to handle your call load on a daily basis. That's important because what should become apparent very quickly is that what we do is important, but who we are necessarily is not. I challenge you this. Find one person who has called while in crisis for help and see if they're concerned about your feelings during that incident. They're asking you for that help. You've stood up and offered to do that. It's imperative that you keep yourself in a position to be able to go and to answer that call. The basis of our profession is not self-preservation, but the preservation of our communities. Regardless of rank, position, duty assignment, case assignment, our focus has to be on serving those who put us in this position. One more thing to consider. On graduating, you've become ambassadors to the entire profession. The standards of professionalism lie on your shoulders, and the impact of failure to hold them up impacts the whole profession. No one in the last 18 months can watch the news and decide that's a false statement. Look to your left and right. The best way I know how to put it is to say that you owe it to the men and women sitting right here with you and across the state to live up to the high standards that we maintain. If you know you can't, please find a new career before you hurt each and every one of us. I don't want to end this on a negative tone. Instead, my hope is that you see it as a call to purpose rather than a lecture. We hold one of the most critical roles in a free society as law enforcement officers. That role is challenging, frustrating, absolutely demanding. However, it is the most rewarding career path that exists, in my opinion, and my hope is that each and every one of you will find that to be true as well. May God bless this class. May He protect each and every one of you. May God bless this great state and the United States. My thanks for the opportunity to speak today, and congratulations on graduating. Thank you.
Sheriff, on behalf of the 271st, all the instructors, support staff, and administration of KLATC, I ask that you accept that plaque. We'll just set it back down on behalf of your commencement speech that you did here today. I will also present you with a KLATC coin, and you'll hear about that in just a couple minutes in detail, but I thank you for your time here again today. Thank you, Sheriff. Now, as you're all well aware, here at KLATC, ethics are at the forefront of our training and our profession. The oath of ethics affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance of always doing the right thing. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. When law enforcement officers take the oath of office, they assume great responsibilities. They've entered the position of being role models where they must always lead by example. They become enforcers of the law and protectors of our society. Because of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center believes the concepts and principles within the oath should be a dominating force in all officers' lives, I'll ask our class president, Officer Catherine Russell, to lead the class with the oath of affirmation to the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. Officer Russell, please step forward.
271, please stand. Right hand. On my honor, I will never betray my pledge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States, the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve.
271, hands. You may sit.
In your packet, when you graduate, you'll be receiving a challenge coin just like the one I just gave Sheriff Presley. The challenge coin is similar to this one right here. The challenge coin is something few people know about, but those who do, these coins are very symbolic and very meaningful. They're given to someone as a reminder of them or to confirm membership in an organization or a group. In this case, these coins are recognizing you as a graduate of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center, Class 271. I ask you to carry it with you as a reminder of the time when you were here and the lessons and the friendships you have gained. On the back of this coin is the oath that each of you just recited. In carrying it with you, let it be a constant reminder to always do the right thing. I'll now introduce you to the Associate Director, Alvin Sowers, who will be presenting the members of 271 with their certificates. Officer Russell, we now announce the names of the graduating class of 271.
Front row, please stand. Dalton L. Bauer, Ness County Sheriff's Office. Adam K. Bresson, Garden City Police Department. Logan C. Corley, Hutchinson Police Department. Rachel L. Ehler, Barber County Sheriff's Office. Stephen M. Evans, Butler County Sheriff's Office. Ashley R. Gellinger, Salina Police Department. Rachel D. Grisham, Salina Police Department. Front row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Second row, please stand. Blaine G. Jansen, McPherson Police Department. Brett A. Jenkins, Lynn Valley Police Department. Tristan M. LaRock, Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Leonard M. Lovely, Decatur County Sheriff's Office. Jeffrey L. Meyer, Cheyenne County Sheriff's Office. Zachary M. Orr, Garden City Police Department. Christopher L. Orton, Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. Antoine S. Powell, Leavenworth Police Department. RJ Robinson, Concordia Police Department. Brandon C. Roy, Wichita State University Police Department. Benjamin L. Smalling, Hutchinson Police Department. Trenton J. Smith, Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Trevor J. Stoll, Hutchinson Police Department. Brett N. Thomas, Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Third row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Fourth row, please stand. Matthew J. Tincher, Oxford Police Department. Andrea K. Wagner, Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Matthew M. Weiss, Leavenworth Police Department. Ella L. Weiser, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Parker J. Wells, Cheyenne County Sheriff's Office. Gavin L. Williams, Wilson County Sheriff's Office. Parker R. Yell, Coffeyville Police Department.
Catherine R. Russell from the Andover Police Department. Fourth row, please return to your seats. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending today's graduation ceremony. Graduates, congratulations. I am truly proud of each and every one of you and all your accomplishments. You've been great. I wish you all the utmost success in your careers. Associate Director Alvin Sowers will now deliver a few closing remarks and conclude today's ceremony by formally certifying the members of this graduating class as completing the training requirements for certification as full-time law enforcement officers. Alvin Sowers.
(271st), I'd like to offer my congratulations as well. On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that you've completed basic training to be Kansas law enforcement officers. Well done.